guys, thanks for joining me. Today we're going to talk through a hamstring and quad exercise that is traditionally a partner exercise. But I'm going to talk you through a way that you can use some different props to stretch your body in this way and push yourself a little bit more when you don't have access to a partner to work out with. So what I like to use are ankle weights that have Velcro straps. I got these online. I'll put a link in the comments in the video, so you can find these probably just at your local grocery store or athletic department. You can also order them online. And then just a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a belt. I like the yoga strap because it has this neat loop at the end, so it doesn't slip off of my foot when I'm using it. And then another note on these ankle weights, these are variable weight. So it has a little pouch right here, and you can take weight out, and so you can vary between 1 and 5 pounds. If you haven't ever done this type of stretching before, you might want to try it first with no weight at all, and then slowly work yourself up to the weight. The last thing you want to do is put too much pressure and strain on your body and cause injury, because then you'll just be starting from back behind where you were before, right? Repairing and recovering from injury. So I'm going to do 10 pounds on one leg today. If you haven't ever done this before, try it without weight at first, and then you can slowly work your way up to 5 pounds and then 10 pounds. So we're going to come into a supine position, lying on our backs. I'm going to wrap these ankle weights around my thigh. This is a little tricky because thighs are definitely bigger than ankles, right? Alternatively, you can use flat weights. So I can get that to stick. It doesn't have to be super tight. In fact, you don't want it to be, because you're going to be bending your leg, and that's going to cause a little bit of compression. So it doesn't need to be very tight around there. Just enough to hold it on your leg. In fact, I'll loosen this one up just a little bit so it doesn't pinch me when I bend my leg. Then I'll wrap the second weight around. You're not using weight, just hang tight. We'll move on in just a moment. Okay, so I've got these on my legs. Now I'm going to come into a seated position, similar to setting up for hero, if you're familiar with that pose, where your ankles are going to come out a little bit wider so you're not quite sitting on your feet. So my right leg is going to stay just where it is with these weights on it. My left leg is going to come up and forward, and then I'm going to lay back on my back. I'm going to make sure I have my strap in reaching distance, laying down on my back. And that's already going to give you a pretty deep stretch there in your quadricep. So if you're ready for more, you can make a loop in your strap. If you have a belt, you can just fold it in half. Bring your left foot up, wrap that strap around it, and then you're going to take your left hand and hold on to your strap, keeping your leg straight and your arm straight. That's going to increase your sensation right here in your quadricep and make the stretch deeper, and it's also going to give you a little bit of a stretch here on the back of your hamstring on the left side. It's important here to keep your left foot flexed and your left arm straight. That way we're keeping our muscles engaged around our knee and keeping our knees safe. So you'll relax here, taking some deep breaths. If your fingers get tired here, you can wrap the strap around your hand to aid, but make sure you keep your leg and your arm straight. If you need to be lower, that's okay. Just tighten the strap and be lower. Wherever you need to be, wherever your range of motion is, just straighten your arm so that it's comfortable, and you can hold it for about a minute. We're going to hold this position for 60 seconds. My timer's out of reach, so I'm going to have to just count it out. Once you reach your 60 seconds, you're going to lower your left foot down to the floor, then release your strap. You're going to use your hands and your forearms to press yourself gently back up. Once you're here, you can bring your knee up on the right side and release your leg out front. Then we're going to swap sides and do it on our left side. Let me grab my timer there. Get us set up for success with counting. You can count your breaths, you can use a timer, you can use a chime, whatever you're more comfortable with. So swapping out here, remember it's okay to start without weight. If you haven't done this exercise before, you will likely need to start without weight. It's a lot of pressure to put on your quadricep if you haven't specifically developed that flexibility yet. So remember to just be where you are and accept your body as it is. Getting on here just tight enough to make sure it doesn't fall off. Okay, coming forward. Getting my legs situated, making sure those aren't wrapped too tightly so I'm not feeling a lot of compression right here. Stretching my right leg out, making sure I have my strap within reach. I've got my timer this time too. So we're lying back. Situating my foot here. I laid back on my foot. So I scooted a little bit over there to my left side to get it out from underneath my body weight. Going to pull our strap back up here, right foot up, just slip that loop around. Remember, if you have a belt, you can just fold it in half. Then I'm finding where I can comfortably get a range of motion. So we want resistance here, but we don't want any pain. If you feel any sharp sensation, take a deep breath and back off out of the stretch, lowering your leg down. Remember, we're challenging our flexibility here and growing the muscle, but we don't want to cause injury, so be careful with yourself. Let's go ahead and start our minute. Making sure my hand and my foot are straight, relaxing the rest of my body as much as I can. You'll have to use a little bit of muscular tension to hold your leg upright, but try to use as little as possible. Relaxing here, demonstrating to your body that this is an okay place to be, that we can be calm here, that it doesn't mean to be afraid of this stretch. You can rest your hand on your belly, feeling your breath as it rises and falls. You can place your hand on your side, wherever you're most comfortable. You can close your eyes, relax, take some deep, calming, cleansing breaths. Remember, if your fingers get tired here and holding, you feel like you can't hold anymore, it's distracting, you can wrap the strap around your hand and hold this way. Just be sure to keep your arm and your leg both straight. And there we are at a minute. So I'm going to slowly lower my leg back down, come up to a seated position, unwind here, and remove my props. So that's a great way to get both a hamstring and a quadricep stretch. It's a little bit deeper than any of our traditional yoga poses. There are a lot of partner exercises that can really help you increase flexibility rapidly, but we don't always have somebody around. So it's nice to find other ways that we can make things work with the tools that we have. So once again, thanks for joining me here today to learn about this. I will leave a link in the comments for where I purchased the ankle weights that I use. You're welcome to find whatever works for you.